Hello, America. Welcome to the Glenn Beck program. It's Earth Day. Have you cut down your Earth Day tree yet and put it in your living room? It's great. I decorate mine with heat lamps, but that's a different story. In honor of Earth Day, what we've decided to do is turn on every light in the studio because we have some cockroaches to expose tonight in the bright light. Come on, lots to do. Hello, America. If you missed last night's show, would you go back and watch it, please? Because this is important for you to understand, and it's a little complex, but I'd like you to check it out. You can find it on the Fox News website. I want to talk to you about Acorn tonight. We haven't talked about Acorn in quite a while. Remember them? The community organizing group that has a soft spot for those in need. You know, even those in need of tax evasion advice for their underage El Salvadorian sex slaves. The Congress voted to defund Acorn. Then a federal judge overturned the ban, saying that that ban was unconstitutional. Well, here's the update. Yesterday, the funding ban was reinstated. Now, this really upset some people, especially Acorn chief organizer Bertha Lewis. There she is. The media now is focusing on what she said while she was speaking at the conference of the Young Democratic Socialists. The conference of the Young Democratic Socialists. She, at that meeting, called the Tea Party movement a bowel movement. First of all, let me just say, Bertha, very classy. No, seriously, bowel movement thing from that's very classy, especially from an organization receiving your and my tax dollars. Good to see America is doing business with upstanding groups and upstanding people. By the way, in fairness, I don't want to imply here in any way, shape, or form, far be it from me to imply that the president has any kind of connection between him and Acorn. I don't want to imply that. I'll instead let the president just tell you himself.
I definitely welcome Acorn's input. You don't have to ask me about that. I'm going to call you, even if you didn't ask me. Since I've been in the United States Senate, I've been always a partner with Acorn as well. Mm-hmm. I've been fighting with Acorn, alongside Acorn, on the issues you care about.
Yeah, it may be
my entire career.
Yeah, it may be why he didn't call me, because he may be on the phone with Acorn all the time. Anyway, we're talking about Bertha Lewis and her comments to the Young Democratic Socialists of America. Let's listen in.
This rise of this Tea Party so-called movement, bowel movement in mind.
Yeah. Again, classy. This is where the media is focused, and as usual, the media is completely missing the real story. When this show, Fox News, talk radio, conservative blogs, and that's pretty much it, put on the heat on Acorn, I made a prediction, and here it was.
They're going to change their name and go underground.
My prediction is that Acorn is going to get so much heat because of this network, and only because of this network, that they are going to disband. You will see Acorn just kind of mutate, change, go underground. Yeah, that was June of last year. Oh, that's ridiculous. I mean, I remember Wade Rathke. We're not doing that. Yeah. You know what's weird? Acorn's doing that now. It's weird. Here's the California Acorn website. Surprisingly, just changed their name. Alliance of Californians for Community Empowerment. No longer Acorn. But if you look at the bottom of their website, it says, we're in transition. Check back soon for more information. Acorn, New York is now New York Communities for Change. Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. Acorn is now New England United for Justice. Acorn Housing is now Affordable Housing Centers of America. Acorn, Arkansas is now Arkansas Community Organizations. Louisiana Acorn, yeah, Community Voice. Minnesota Acorn, Minnesota Neighborhood Organizing for Change. Missouri Acorn is now Missourians Organizing for Reform and Empowerment. Pennsylvania Acorn is now Pennsylvania Communities Organizing for Change. Washington Acorn is now Organization United for Reform. Acorn is on the verge of bankruptcy. They announced that April 1st. Acorn's been dissolved. Sad to see them go, but here's the good news. They didn't actually go away. You see, you'll still be able to get your free tax evasion advice. The business card is the only thing that's really changing. Change. Isn't that great? And it's interesting to me because I wonder if these new organizations will be able to get the federal funding, because those new organizations, they're not Acorn. It's also interesting to me that the president is seeking advice from or surrounding himself with people and groups who seem to succeed at nothing besides running companies into the ground. Acorn, not really efficiently run. Unions, I mean, here's the SEIU pension funds. Look at that. It's kind of down. Also seem to surround himself with criminals or people with criminal activities or alleged civil. What is it that we're saying that Goldman? There are no arrests with Goldman Sachs. No. It's civil something or other. Yeah. You know, I saw in the Drudge Report today that while Goldman Sachs lawyers negotiated, listen to this, Goldman Sachs lawyers are negotiating with the SEC over potential explosive civil fraud charges. They're negotiating over here, the government and Goldman Sachs. In the other room, Goldman's chief executive officer, the CEO, went to visit the White House at least 4 times, 2 of which he was talking to Barack Obama. Well, they're going on civil fraud charges. These 2 are me. I bet they didn't talk about that at all. No, they probably didn't, because this administration is getting more and more brazen. We are developing a story for Monday that we will break on what the usual suspects are up to with Goldman Sachs. It will take your breath away. El Salvadorian sex slaves? Oh, no, it's much, much, much worse. Yeah. By the way, if I just suddenly disappear before Monday, I wasn't suicidal, I didn't want to swim with concrete boots, and I think you should check the usual suspects. Just saying. All right, back to Bertha Lewis. I love her. I'm practicing. I'm practicing my Martin Luther King thing, gotta love. We have the media again on the wrong story. Okay, that's point number 1. 2, we have a prediction I made earlier on this program, actually last June, that Acorn would go underground and change their names, and they're doing it. Now, there's this. I told you a long time ago that the argument would no longer be, are they socialists or not? They're Marxists. No, they're not. They're Marxists. No, they're not. They're socialists. No, they're not. Yes, they are. No, they're not. Yes, they are. No, they're not. Yes, I am. Doesn't matter. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Remember? I said, stop. We know. They're Marxists, they're socialists, they're Maoists. The question we need to ask is, does it matter? Now, Bertha Lewis didn't say that she was a socialist while she was talking to the Democratic Socialists, but she came very, very close. She's mainstreaming this. She is speaking in front of a socialist group, and she says this.
Particular organization, Young Democratic Socialists, you do whatever you can, in every way that you can, and all of you devote more time to building this organization.
Come on, socialists. We want bigger socialist organizations. There's your tax dollars at work right there. She's not saying that she's a socialist yet, but gosh darn it, it's okay to be one, and we need more of them now than ever. First step, mainstream socialism. Make it acceptable, credible to be a socialist. Don't hide and cower in the corners. There's nothing wrong with being a socialist. Remove the stigma. They've been working hard. I want to show you a website. Look at this. This is the Social Democrats Socialist Party. In this, stop. Can you stop? No, can't stop. Can you go back down? This is way too complex. The mouse is as big as the TV. They have to push it like this. Down on that website, it says, and I want you to read it. I'll give you the address here in a little while. A party within a party. This is what I've been saying since 99, 2000, right around the turn of the century, I was telling you, Democrats, you're losing your soul. You've got a party within a party. Well, finally, the websites have come out, and they're out of the darkness. The socialist is no longer a stigma, but it's not gone yet. It's not gone yet. The president still denies that he's a socialist whenever he's asked about it. The fact that he's asked about it should be a hint. But Bertha's crazy elevator hasn't reached the top floor. It's really not even about socialism. Remember, I'm a conspiracy theory. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm the crazy one, okay? Saying these people are socialist. She's in front of socialists, and watch what she says now.
That's no light thing to do, to actually say, I'm a socialist. As you guys know, right now we are living in a time which is going to dwarf the McCarthy era.
Wow.
It is going to dwarf the internment during World War II. We are right now in a time that is going to dwarf the era of Jim Crow and segregation.
I got to get my arms around this one. First of all, let me just address the media, because I'm sure you're camped out right now in front of Bertha Lewis's house to ask the question, Bertha, are you a FEMA camp conspiracy theorist? Because I was watching the Glenn Beck show and we were reporting that he was a FEMA camp conspiracy theorist, but then he debunked them. Yet we never corrected any of that. We kept saying, are you the FEMA camp conspiracy theorist? Because what camps are you talking? Internment camps. Media, I'm sure, is going to jump all over this. They're all over this. Just like they jumped all over it when I disproved the FEMA camp myth. So she must have new evidence. Somebody should call her in the media. How about we go back with some words that Bertha's buddy Barack Obama once said? Let's stop with the politics of fear. I mean, holy cow. Internment camps? Internment camps. Have you seen what people claim I say and don't say on this show, but they claim it anyway? Here she is saying you're going to be rounded up and put in internment camps. Jim Crow-like segregation? McCarthyism? McCarthy, he was a powerful senator who used the power of the government to round people up. Bertha. May I call you Bert? Bert, one question. How exactly will a group of moms, grandparents in lawn chairs, and regular citizens round people up? I mean, I'd like to point out that I think I can go out. Are we in the safety tree? I think I can go out on the limb of the safety tree and say, I think it's been every time that big government has rounded people up in internment camps and not accountants. I mean, really. It's the socialists that you are speaking to who are able to do that. You know what I mean? If socialists, communists get into power, that's the thing, you know, they do. You know, I'd also like to point out, Bertha, here, that it was the progressive FDR, a Democrat, progressive, big government guy, who you are now holding up as the model who made the internment camps and rounded people up and put them in. You were talking about segregation. It's weird, because did you know that we didn't have a segregated army until Woodrow Wilson?